My experiment showed solar cooking is a sustainable way of cooking, as it uses energy from the sun, which lets the UV light rays down into the oven, converting them into trapped infrared light rays. The sun's rays, which are trapped, are then converted to heat energy, making the water, fat, and protein molecules in food vibrate vigorously and heat up. My two experiments show some very interesting results. Firstly, the size of the oven's reflective solar panel, which is used to capture the UV rays of the sun and redirect them back into the oven, makes a big difference. My first experiment was this one, and second experiment was this size. And the size of the surface area of this reflective panel makes a difference. Results showed that the larger the surface area, the larger the reflective solar panel, the higher the inside temperature will reach, making the pizza box oven a more optimal cooking environment if this surface area is much larger. Secondly, the results showed that when the reflective panel was moved at 30-minute increments in order to face directly at the sun, because the sun, as we know, continually moves across the sky, that each time I realigned the panel, the temperature increased steadily over the next 5 minutes, on average of 7 degrees, which shows that this experiment showed that it's important that the reflective panel continuously aligns directly to the sun in order to capture the most sunlight heading down in towards the oven. Another thing that made a difference was the depth of the oven. You can see from this one here that the depth of the oven is actually really quite shallow, whereas with the shoebox you can see that the depth of the oven is really quite deep. This made a difference in the time that it took to cook the egg. Both the experiments showed that the shallower the depth of the oven, the faster the egg cooked, because there is a less area space in order to be heated up, so it takes less time, which means it puts more of that energy cooking power into cooking the egg rather than heating up the space around it. One of the other final results is that when the inside walls were insulated in black, whether it be black paper or black plastic, it offered a much better absorption and therefore increased the heat's retention, which then made things cook quicker. The sun provides the cleanest and most sustainable thermal energy on Earth, making the sun a prime heat resource for cooking food. Just think, wouldn't it be good to see some history makers find a way of obtaining an abundance of free energy from the sun? This could revolutionize the world. We could use heat in all sorts of different ways. For example, right now, it's quite a cool day, but I'm sitting outside here in the sun and I'm not feeling cold at all because the heat rays coming down onto me is helping me warm up, which means I don't need to pay for electricity in order to heat up, in the same way that my experiments carried out. We heated food using energy from the sun. Right now I'm warming up using energy from the sun. Thank you for listening.